The Shalom Aleichem, Nesanel Gantz. Nice to meet you. You called Yehuda. Yehuda, how do you friends call you? Yehuda. Okay, so what's your company? What do you work for?
I work for Kurent Kitchen and Bath. We sell plumbing fixtures.
With a K. You have to
Kurent
always say.
with a K.
Always with a K. Yeah, okay. K for kitchen, I guess. Yeah.
We sell plumbing fixtures, bathtubs, vanities, shower systems, faucets, etc. And we have two departments. We have a high-end residential department, that's the showroom, and a commercial department. I'm in charge of the commercial department.
So it's not as exciting. Like, if I want triple, faucets on my shower, I don't come to you. Okay.
We can do it.
All right. So talk about the commercial aspect of it. We'll look at the side business as well. So the company does what? People want to build a building, multifamily. Where do you come in?
So they'll typically send me the architectural plans, designer plans, and we'll do the takeoffs. We'll put together a proposal based on what the designer chose they want for the project, or sometimes they'll just have renderings and they'll ask me, what do you suggest for this kind of project or
and
this
you,
kind
and you
of budget?
do what? You do the kitchen, the counter, the granite, from what?
In the kitchen we have the faucets, sinks, strainers, and bathroom, tub, toilet, vanity, shower system, faucets, accessories, medicine cabinets.
How do you decide what yes to do, what not to do? Like, I'm doing the sink, why can't I do the counter already? How do you decide what to do, what not to do?
Mostly based on budget and what color they're
No, I
going
mean to
with.
say, like, you're saying your business doesn't offer that. It's not necessarily what you do. You don't put countertops, right?
Okay.
So if someone comes to you, wouldn't you want to be able to offer everything? Answer is no. You say no. You say the answer is
I offer plumbing fixtures. I don't sell kitchens.
Maybe specifically what you do. Now, even within your industry, there's a lot of competition, right? I mean, the whole world does. I would say, I'm not sure here, but the most common things that people do is kitchens, right? Or, faucets and stuff to that effect. How do you stand out in such an industry? How do you make current?
So
You could use that. That's a good line. How do you make current?
How do we make current? We keep current, and that's what the company does. That's what we have probably the largest showroom in Brooklyn. We just finished construction on.
How many people work in the company?
25.
That's beautiful. So again, how do you stand out? I'm serious. So, you're coming to a client, a developer or whatever, and he's had people solicit him to try to get their service, to try to do the same work. And, there's always a competition of price versus value. Obviously that's something you deal with on a constant basis. But how do you sell your product? How do you convince people to use you? Or why are you better?
So we're actually known in the high-end residential department as one of the best plumbing fixture suppliers, and what we're doing is we're copying that model to the commercial department. So some contractors are used to working with lower quality service because they're contractors and just doing quick, fast jobs or whatever, and we're supplying that same kind of service and attention to detail as the high-end residential department for commercial projects.
How do you balance the question of price and value, right? At the end of the day, there's that balance, correct? The guy who's building a building wants to get, in a way, cheaper for his clients or cheaper for himself, and yet your products don't sound cheap. They sound high quality, high-end, and it's not always the best move to sacrifice on price. So how do you convince that the quality, weighs it? I'm sure you're competitive as well, but explain that.
So we're selling anything. It depends on what kind of project you have. I'll sell you whatever you need for your project. If it's a very low-end project, we'll sell you very low-end. And you and I both know that you're getting cheap product, and if this is what you need for this type of project, that's what I'm going to sell you.
I like that. How long is your first year at OGBA yourself?
Second year.
You were here last year?
I was here last year.
Did it bring you any business?
A lot.
Really? Like real business that you actually made money off?
Real business.
Tell me a story. Give me examples. You were here and someone said, hey, come do this. Let's hear.
I was here last year, and a couple of days after the show, a guy from my community, not a guy I know, mutual sort of friend, like I know somebody he knows people I know, texts me a couple of days later. He's like, oh, I saw you at the show. I didn't know you do this. I'm developing a 340 unit building in Williamsburg, and I'd like you to price it for me.
And you got the job?
I got the job.
That's awesome. That's so geschmack.
Yeah.
And
I didn't even see him at the show. I guess he saw me. I didn't even meet him. I didn't talk to him.
Wow. Do you find that you work in commercial? I find in many industries that residential complements commercial. And what I mean by that is specifically the business owners, right? One of the best tips a guy once gave me is that, he does video cameras for high-end commercial industries. So he says he always takes care of the guy's house. Whatever, it costs him a few K, but Meister gets a lot of money. Do you find that the people who have high-end residential work are now interested in your company for their commercial work as well?
Not in my experience specifically.
Maybe
I get probably most of my clients from friends in the commercial line specifically.
What separates Kurent from other businesses? What makes you stand out? You know, if two guys are coming, why are they using you?
There are a couple of things. I personally put together almost every proposal, so I can tell you it's super detailed. We'll catch things that sometimes the architect or designer did not catch. We'll add things that I feel like is missing. Proposals come with pictures, so you know what you're looking at, divided by group or room or code name that the designer chose or whatever. So it's easy to look at, easy to read, easy to level, to compare.
So you try to say that what you do is different. You're not just a provider, but you actually understand what's being given. You understand what's being done. Is that your niche? Okay, I just put it into better words. I think that makes sense.
I guess so.
That's the idea. No, which is true, by the way, because you know when someone's big, and I think applies to any successful service-based industry, right? When you separate yourself by service, and service literally means there's two aspects of service. People usually assume service is that, after the job's over and something breaks, I'm going to service you. But I think in providing the product itself, you can show, hey, listen, we don't just, you can buy our stuff on Amazon, but we'll tell you what to do and how to do it and how it helps you. I think that separates yourself. How do you deal with stress, young man?
No stress.
You're a relaxed guy? It's chilled? Never had any problems? Nothing pressure? You're married?
Yes.
I don't believe your answer, so let's see.
I try to deal with it head on. So I'd say my most stressful times is when I have a lot of work and I don't know what it entails. So if I get 5 quote requests in one day and I don't know the size of the building or what the specs look like to know how much time I have to put in to figure out and how to put it together, that's when I'm the most stressed. So I'll focus on the smaller things to get the smaller things out of the way. If I have a lot of unread emails, a lot of unread texts, I'll get the small things out of the way and I'll dive into the big things to start it and see what it entails, and that usually calms me down.
Let's talk about tachlis, right? You come to an event like this and you have to follow up with people. Or else, I don't want to say it's worthless, but the following up, what do? You meet people, you have some leads. What are you doing the next 2-3 days, 2-3 weeks? How are you following up?
The next 2-3 days I'm catching up. I'm losing a day.
Very good.
After that, so I have the app that you can scan, and I think you can put in a note or write whatever you need to, and I'll send emails or make phone calls, whatever.
Do you really follow up with people the following days?
Definitely.
I think it's the way to do it. Okay, listen, Yehuda, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. You did a great job, by the way. Fantastic.
Thank you.